Hey folks, it's King from Stay Tuned Sports, and I'm here with my NFL Top 12 Power Rankings for Week 15. Here we go. Number 12, I have the Los Angeles Chargers at 7-6. They were not ranked. They haven't been ranked, I think, all year. Maybe early on in the year when I started doing this in Week 6. But here they are at number 12. Playing much better. At number 11, down 2 spots, the 7-6 New York Jets. They had a gritty and tough loss up in Buffalo against the Buffalo Bills. Mike White taking some damage. Hammerheads had to go to the hospital after the game. Tough loss. Jets are 7-6, currently sitting outside of the playoff picture, but I think they're still very much in this hunt. Number 10, you have the Washington Commanders at 7-5-1. There is no change to their spot in the rankings. Number 9, the Minnesota Vikings, down 1 spot after their loss to the Detroit Lions. They are 10-3, but probably the most unconvincing 10-3 team I've seen in quite some time. At number 8, also down a spot, the Miami Dolphins at 8-5, currently still sitting in an AFC wildcard spot. Tua hasn't played well the last couple of weeks. Is this a trend or is this an aberration? We're going to find out soon enough. This is not the time of year you want to go ahead and have a slump. At number 7, you have the Detroit Lions at 6-7. They are up 5 spots. There isn't a team that is playing better football in the last 6 weeks than the Detroit Lions. They are an absolute weapon. They are a wagon. And if they keep on playing the way they're playing, they are going to make the playoffs. They get a matchup with the Jets this week. At number 6, down 4 spots, the Dallas Cowboys at 10-3. Why did they drop so low after a loss or after a win? It's because they almost lost to the Houston Texans of all teams. They needed the last-minute drive to go all the way down the field and to win the game. Some people might say, well, that shows resilience. Yes, but it also shows that they had to do that in order to beat the worst team in the NFL. I'm sorry, I can't reward that. So that's down 4 spots for the Cowboys. They are at number 6. At number 5, up 1 spot, the San Francisco 49ers at 9-4, even with Brock Purdy. And Brock Purdy looked pretty good there as quarterback of the 49ers last week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, in which they routed Tom Brady and the poor old Bucs. The Niners defense is elite. They have weapons out the wazoo for Brock Purdy. Makes him look good. Of course, Debo, unfortunately, has a high ankle sprain. He will be out until most likely the playoffs. But you still got Christian McCaffrey there. Christian, I mean, just name off anybody you want there. Juszczyk, the 49ers, they are trouble for the NFC. That is for sure. At number 4, down a spot, is the Kansas City Chiefs. Again, they're not down a spot because of anything they particularly did. It's just there's a lot of good teams. We got to find spots for them. And you got to kind of figure out who's where or not. So this isn't really an indictment on the Chiefs or a punishment for the Chiefs for anything. They beat Denver. Granted, it's not hard to beat Denver. It's just we got to find places for these teams. So the Chiefs at number 4, I think they're a top 4 NFL team. Don't you think? I do. At number 3, the 12-1 Philadelphia Eagles. They are up 2 spots. They dismantled the New York Giants. Granted, the New York Giants were fielding basically a practice squad team. But nevertheless, the Eagles have shown themselves to be pretty consistent. Jalen Hurts is definitely an MVP candidate, if not the front runner. The Eagles defense, they seem to have shored up a lot of the issues, especially with the run game that Washington kind of exposed in the Eagles' only loss as of yet. So the Eagles up 2 spots at number 3. At number 2, the Cincinnati Bengals. They are 9-4. The Bengals seem to just have clicked into another gear. They just seem to be that team now that is like, okay, it's that time of year, and this is the time of year where you want to be clicking on all gears. Joe Burrow is on his shit again. Their running game is fantastic. Again, their receiving core is second to none in my opinion, and their defense is sneakily one of the best defenses in the NFL. It's hard to argue with the Bengals as being a top team in the AFC right now. They're probably going to win the AFC North, especially since the Ravens are – I cannot believe in the Ravens at this point, and I don't. So that's why they're not even on this list. And number 1, no change from last week. The Buffalo Bills, gritty win against the New York Jets. At home, the Jets are a tough team. Their defense was tough, as we saw in that game. Josh Allen hasn't played the best against the Jets, but again, it's hard to play against that good Jets defense. And now that they have Mike White, they have a chance offensively where they didn't before with Zach Wilson. It was a tough game. It was a good game. It was a good win for the Buffalo Bills. And there you go. There is my NFL Top 12 Power Rankings for Week 15 here. That's the Bills, Bengals, Eagles, Chiefs, 49ers, Cowboys, Lions, Dolphins, Vikings, Commanders, the Jets, and the Chargers. You can catch us every Thursday at noon is when our podcast released, noon Eastern time here on the East Coast. Sorry, we got East Coast bias. It happens. You can check us out on our social media, Twitter, Instagram, things like that, at ST Sports Podcast. And go check out our website where you get the latest information and newest podcast links. That is at StayTunedSports.net. And hey, we'll see you in the next episode. Later.